Welcome Seekers, you have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. My name is Ricky and today I bring you another pick a card tarot reading. This one is special, a message from your spirit guides to you. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Now before we do that, just want to remind you Seekers to subscribe. This channel is dedicated to pick a card tarot readings. So make sure that you are subscribed, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you're alerted whenever I upload one of these videos. Now also don't forget to give the video a like when you can and to comment down below. And lastly, I am offering private readings at this time, Seekers. I'm having a fall special, 60%, up to 60%, possibly more, off of some readings. So make sure that you're visiting my Etsy shop if you're interested. The link is going to be in the description below. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Seekers, in front of you, you have three groups. This is group number one and door number one. Okay. This is group number two and door number two. This is group number three and door number three. Now, if you're attracted to multiple doors, that's okay. There might be a message in that group for you. So make sure that you are actually going to that group as well. Go ahead and take a moment to make your selections and I will see you in your group. I've included the timestamps in the description below. Thank you, Seekers. I will see you there. Welcome group number one to today's pick a card tarot reading. Now before we get started, just want to remind you Seekers that I am offering readings at this time. So if you're interested in a reading, it has to be through my Etsy store. I am going to include the link in the description below. I'm having a fall special up to 60% off these private readings. So take advantage while those prices last. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, Seekers. This one is very interesting, where I'm going to be connecting with your spirit guides to see what message they want to deliver to you, whatever that message is. So we're going to start with three oracle cards. The first one is from the Divine Doors Oracle. It is the door that you picked. Let's look behind this door and see what we have here. A cure for longing. Love is happiness. A spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. Wow. So let's sit with this energy for a little bit, right? A cure for longing. So what I'm seeing and what I'm interpreting from this card is that some of you have been upset about a situation. There's a longing, there's a desire, there's a want, and it's made you unhappy that potentially you have not obtained what it is that you want at this moment. And so I feel that divine timing is very much at play here. And your spirit guides are telling you to potentially step out of your comfort zone. I think that there might be some things that you aren't doing that maybe you know that you should be doing but aren't. Maybe potentially you're waiting for something. Your spirit guides want you to live boldly. Your spirit guides want you to know that you have all of the resources that you need at this time in order to move forward and to be successful in whatever it is that you were trying to manifest. But for some reason, you aren't living as boldly as you should. That's interesting. So let's go ahead and reveal the second card. The second card is from the brand new Moonology, the Moonology Manifestation. So let's go ahead and reveal it and see what we have here. So we've got step up and lead. Oh my. New moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. I mean, you know, it goes perfectly well with that first card, right? A cure for longing, live boldly, choose boldly. You have arrived, or then you have arrived, you know, live deliberately, have the spark, and now you've got a Moonology card telling you to step up and lead. So, you know, I feel that a lot of you are leaders. You're natural leaders. You are people who know what to do. You know how to do it. You know exactly what needs to happen. But there's this potential fear or some kind of energy of just being held back or feeling held back or maybe not feeling confident enough in yourselves. And your spirit guides are telling you there's no reason for you to feel this way. You have all of the resources that you need. You have You have it right in front of you. It's been given to you. And more things will be added to you. The only thing that you need to do right now is to actually step up. Be a leader. Be a leader in your family. Be a leader in your community. Be a leader for yourself, right? For what for your projects, your creative ventures, your relationships. Lead. That is what is inside you to do. You must lead. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the third card. This is from the Self-Love Oracle. And see what further messages we have here. Okay, listen to feedback. Okay, nothing can make you feel small unless you allow it. What you take from feedback and how you respond is entirely within your control. Interesting. This card speaks volumes, because I feel that, the message is very clear. You have to step forward. If you want something, if you have certain ambitions and desires and wants, you have to step forward and you have to be bold about it. But at the same time, you can't allow for people's comments and for people's feedback to completely break you down. Sometimes we have ideas and desires and wants, and as soon as someone tells us, well, you might be lacking in this, everything just comes to a screeching halt. They don't like me? Oh my goodness, right? They don't like me. They don't like what I do. I'm not good enough. Oh no. And so what ends up happening is you end up just kind of freezing. You don't do anything. And you start, waiting. It's like, I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for something to come to me. I'm waiting. And so I feel that what your spirit guides are telling you is that you have to listen to the feedback, listen, and if it's bad feedback, that's fine. Make the proper adjustments. If somebody's telling you something, and you also have to be very aware that there are people out there that are going to give you negative feedback just because they're negative people. So that happens all the time. You hardly ever see someone speaking badly or giving some kind of bad advice to a young person, right? You always see that hate being given to someone who has reached a certain place. Those are the people that get attacked. Those are the people that get told that you're doing it wrong or you're terrible. All of that negativity is reserved for the people that have achieved something. So if you're getting negative feedback, it means that you've achieved something. And remember what I've said in prior videos. If there's anyone that is hating on you, if there's anyone that's treating you like that, more often than not, that person has something to teach you. More often than not, you can learn something from that person. And I've seen it in my personal life. There's people that have been very mean to me, very insidious. And they do it just because they want to hurt me. But at the same time, they've actually given me advice. They've given me things that I can learn from, and I've applied them. And I've been able to grow and expand my horizons as that other person can only watch and observe. And so, many times I feel we shut down whenever we get that negative feedback or whenever someone tells us that something that we don't want to hear. But your spirit guides are telling you to not be so fragile sometimes, to simply accept it, move forward, be diligent, be bold. You are a leader, and it's time for you to lead and lead effectively. You can't be fickle. You can't be someone who is destroyed or distraught or afraid. Oh my goodness, what are they going to say? Or you can't. You have to move forward in what you know to be true and what makes you happy, right? And when you're there, understand that it's not going to get easier. More negative feedback is going to come. More of that. And so, it's important for you to just rise above that. Okay, that is what your spirit guides are trying to tell you here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw... You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw one more oracle card, and then we're going to throw some tarot to get a little deeper understanding of this reading. The oracle cards that we're going to throw now is from the Wild Goddess Oracle. It's a very interesting deck, a lot of information. So let's see what else. Spirit guides, what do you want to tell group number one? What do you want to tell group number one? The Peacemaker. Interesting. All right, so you've got number 22. The Peacemaker. And the message of the Peacemaker is, it is time to make peace. You will get much further on your path through kind acts and words that you will by forcing things or vengeance. Oof, interesting. All right, so for some of you, this is actually kind of personal, right? This is actually kind of personal. I'm feeling like a little bit of a personal energy here. Potentially, you know, you've interacted with people who unfortunately have been very unsavory characters in your life. Maybe this person is just waiting for you to just, you know, do something wrong to kind of ridicule you or make fun of you, whatever. So it's important for you to forgive the people that have not been supportive towards you. Forgive the people that haven't been there. Forgive the people who unfortunately are just trying to still bring you down, and just forget about them. You know, they're not even important or relevant. The only thing that's relevant is what you're trying to achieve in your own personal life. So it is time to make peace. You will get much farther on your path through kind acts and words that you will by facing things or vengeance, right? So forgive is very important. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna flip it. I just like to see the actual peacemaker archetype here showing. It's pretty. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw another oracle card. This is from the Lover's Oracle. We're gonna try and get two direct messages from Spirit. Let's take a look and see. Spirit guides. Group number 1, what do you have for them? Okay, look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Interesting. Again, you know, another message of feeling like things are not going to be okay. Another message of, you know, I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling like I can't move forward. I'm feeling stuck. You know, the feedback from people just hasn't been great. I've received some hate. So again, look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Interesting. Okay, Spirit guides, another message. What else do you want to tell group number 1? The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Wow. So, you know, obviously your spirit guides want you to just get over something, all right? You have to get over something. I think that maybe some of you have received some negative feedback. You know, some people have been a bit mean to you. You know, you're feeling a bit chaotic because of it. So there's definitely an energy here of just moving on, forgiving, forgetting, and just living your life to the fullest. You know, you are a leader. You must lead boldly. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw some tarot. And this tarot is actually a new kind of tarot deck. It's a new kind of concept. It's called the Real Talk Tarot, Mystical Answers for a Chaotic World. So we're going to use this tarot deck, and we're going to see exactly what else your spirit guides want to reveal to you. So I'm going to shuffle on camera. Let's take a look. What else do you want to reveal to this group, Spirit guides? What do you want to reveal? What do you want to say? Let's see. What do you want to say? Okay. First card out. 9 of Wands. Second card out. 3 of Cups. Third card out. Strength. And the fourth card. The Emperor. Interesting cards here. Very interesting cards. Okay. All right. So, group number 1, you've got some interesting energy. So 2 major arcana, a Strength card and the Emperor. And then you've got the 9 of Wands, and then you've got the 3 of Cups. So this is interesting. Let's go ahead and start with who you are and what your spirit guides are trying to communicate to you. Number 1, the Emperor energy. Why is this so important? The Emperor is the leader, the ultimate leader, right? It's funny that we have an illustration here of kind of like an actual person, I guess, in Burger King eating a burger, right? So this is the Emperor in this deck. That is funny. But anyways, the Emperor is someone who is able to create order out of complete chaos. And so I feel that for some of you, there is a bit of chaos at this moment in time. You know, you're feeling chaotic because of what people have said, what you've been told. You know, it's like you are feeling like you're maybe being judged or hurt. Understand that the Emperor comes in to tell you and remind you of who you are. You are the kind of person that creates order out of chaos. And the reason why is because you've been through some very negative experiences that would break anyone. And we see that with the Strength card, right? Another very important major arcana. We have here essentially a person that has mastered something very important. They've mastered themselves, they've mastered their thoughts, they've mastered their emotions, they've mastered life itself, and now they get to move forward in life with this tiger or lion by their side, which is another symbol of mastery and leadership, right? So the Strength card is here to remind you, you've been through some hard times. You've survived tougher times than this. So whatever it is that you're going through, group number one, whatever it is that you are feeling that is not right, understand one thing: you are more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Your spirit guides have given you many things. They've equipped you with the necessary tools that you need to be successful in life. And so, we go right back to the message. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. What is causing you to feel this, right? It's important for you to do a little deep analysis, right? Nothing can make you feel small unless you allow it. You must step up and lead. The past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Just to give you the understanding of what the cards are trying to tell you in combination with the oracle cards, right? Now, another thing that I feel is missing or lacking for some of you is maybe a little celebration, a little fun with people and friends. There's this energy of maybe dimming your light. Some of you have been dimming your light as to not stand out. Maybe some of you have been so reserved. You haven't gone out. You haven't been doing the things that you should be in order to feel complete, in order to feel happy. And for some reason, it's like it's a big problem, right? Maybe this negative feedback that you've received has hurt you so much that you have now kind of put yourself in this kind of dark place or dark room or cage, and you don't want to go out, literally and figuratively, right? So the Three of Cups is here to remind you to step out of your comfort zone. Go out, have a little bit of fun, have some enjoyment, talk to people, connect with them, go and see them face to face, right? And I feel that this is very important because this is what's going to really just get you feeling vibrant, feeling complete, feeling like everything's okay, right? The more you detach yourself from people, the more you are away from them, the more you are going to feel like something's missing. So have the courage, be bold, step up, and lead, right? Now, the Nine of Wands, this card is a curveball. Right, we've got some very nice cards here, but then we have this Nine of Wands, and this Nine of Wands is interesting because it's an Instagram profile. These cards are kind of funny. This is an Instagram profile in the Nine of Wands, and it is so interesting. All right, so the Nine of Wands is the card of having gone through some pain, having gone through a bit of hurt, and so now you're in a place in your life where you are protecting. You're protecting from negative energies, you're protecting from any kind of chaos, and it's fine that we do that, right? It's fine that we identify the energy vampires and essentially get rid of them, or don't allow them to take our life force away. But it's another thing to completely detach yourself and just be completely devoid of anything, and the Nine of Wands tends to do that. The Nine of Wands tends to be in a permanent guard position, always guarding against chaos. And so I feel very strongly what your spirit guides are telling you here is there's no need to guard anymore, group number one. There's no need for you to live such a reserved life and existence. There's no need for you to feel like you are going to be maybe disenfranchised, or things are going to get worse in the future, in the near future, or in a few years from now. It's not. I feel that your spirit guides are telling you, hey, things are about to really shift for you. Things are about to change for you. New paths are being made available to you. I feel that you've made the right decision in the past. You've walked the right path. We see that in the Strength card. We see that with the Peacemaker. Well, really the Peacemaker is only talking about you actually forgiving people and moving on. So not really, but we do see it with the Strength card. We do definitely see it with the oracles telling you to actually move forward and forgive, and not look at the wrong that has been done, but instead forgiving and moving forward. Remember, I'm a strong believer in karma. Things will come back. If there is something that is owed to you, you will receive it. just keep moving forward, keep being diligent, keep working on your creative projects, and things will shift for you in a not too distant future. All right. So that is what I see here, group number 1. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please give the video a like. And also, I'm offering private readings at this time. The link is going to be in the description below. $10 for just a 1-question written reading. So that is the fall special that I'm having. Take advantage of that special. It is available right now. It's live. So you can place that order. The link is going to be in the description. So looking forward to working with you guys. Thank you so much for your support, for your love, seekers. Comment down below. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're up to. I respond to every single comment that you leave. So, I'm excited to hear from you guys. So let me know what you thought about the reading. Thank you once again, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, a message from your spirit guides. Now, before we get started, just want to remind you, seekers, that I am having a fall special for private readings, 60% off, $10 for a 1-question written reading. So take advantage of that. The link is going to be in the description below. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am excited for this reading. Anytime I connect with spirit guides and I do these readings, there is a bit of magic every single time. So I'm excited for this one. You picked a beautiful door. So let's see here behind this Divine Doors Oracle what message we have for you from your spirit guides. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown when love is the focus, foundation and goal. Blessed is the body, mind, and soul. My oh my. You know what? Let's talk about this for a little bit, right? Before we show the next oracle card. So that's a very deep message, right? So it looks like the first message that your spirit guides have for you is that for some of you, it might be time to move on from a difficult relationship, and it's time to open up to love again. For others, maybe you've become so guarded that, you don't want to be loved, or you feel like you don't deserve love. There's definitely this hesitation to maybe, be available and potentially allow for love to enter into your life. And so your spirit guides are telling you that, this is a very important foundation that you must master. Love doesn't have to be romantic in nature. This can be with your friends, your family, just love in general, loving yourself. Your spirit guides are essentially telling you here that you are blessed, body, mind, and soul. You are blessed. And it's time to allow love in. Very interesting. So let's go ahead and reveal the second card. Second card is from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle. Let's see what messages we get here from your spirit guides. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen. Wow, that's a powerful message, right? Reveal what needs to be seen. So, if we are to follow up with that love message, right? Then what I feel that this card is trying to tell you is that it's important for you to expose yourself a little more. I think that a lot of you are being overly reserved, maybe too conservative in your approach. You just don't really want to show too much. You don't want to expose yourself to the world. I get this feeling that a lot of you have been indoors for too long. You've been avoiding people. You've been avoiding situations. You've been avoiding putting yourself in situations where, potentially there are going to be people around that you have to interact with. So it's very interesting, right? Love, there's this kind of love message here from your spirit guides. And now they're asking for you to reveal what needs to be seen. And only you know what needs to be seen. So there's definitely some internal work that I feel needs to be done here, right? What needs to be seen? Maybe the message is in the other card. This is from the Self-Love Oracle. Let's see what the message here is. Okay, share light. Share your trials as well as your triumphs. Your stories benefit you in the telling and others in the hearing, spreading the light of transformation. We got the answer. So my goodness. So your spirit guides want you to start talking about your triumphs, your victories. Your spirit guides want you to start talking a bit more, start sharing a bit more. Your stories, your struggles, your trials, your tribulations, your victories, everything. Just share more about yourself. It's going to benefit people, and it's going to benefit you as well. It's very interesting. I can't help but there's like something that I'm just seeing in my mind right now. I'm seeing a lot of you working on some kind of creative venture like podcasting, talking about certain things, putting it out into the world, and not really worrying about the results, not really worrying about, okay, how many people do I have following me, how many people do I have subscribing to me, not even worrying about that. I just see you guys kind of doing a vlog, right? But a vlog for yourself, a vlog for you. It's like, it's almost like you are putting this online, you talking about your experiences and your stories and what you've learned, your desires potentially, right? The surprising thing is that your spirit guides are telling you that if you do this, if you start communicating more, sharing more, you're going to start attracting certain people that are going to, in many ways, maybe even support you, or maybe assist you in your process, in your journey. You might even be able to just make this or turn this into a business, right? Putting your words out there. Doesn't necessarily have to be vlogging, right, where you're making a video. It could very well just be your voice, or it could very well just be a blog, right, where you're writing down. For my writers out there, there's a lot of writers that watch this channel, and I've interacted with you before in the comments section. So for all of my writers out there, maybe vlogging and getting the information out there. But there's definitely a strong pull from your spirit guides telling you to start sharing yourself, start sharing your story, start talking a bit more. I feel that. And then the thing is that we have this very strong message of love, right? Love, love, love. And for some reason, I just felt very overwhelmingly that this is about loving yourself, loving your story, loving your experiences, loving what you've been through, loving everything about your situation, right? Some of you maybe potentially don't see that. You don't see just how beautiful your life has been. You don't see how every single thing that you have overcome is something that is worthy of praise, something that is worthy of being shared, and it will help and assist people. So, you are being pushed almost into the light, right? You need to tell your story. It's important for you to start doing this. And I feel very strongly that you have no idea what's going to come from this. I feel that this is just a seed, right? This is a seed that you're going to plant, and that seed is going to grow into something truly, truly beautiful and dynamic. This message, I'm thinking about now the bamboo tree, the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree is a tree that, you have to, you plant it on the ground. It takes 5 years of constant watering before it breaks through the ground. And when it breaks through the ground, it grows 50 feet in 2 weeks. And so it almost feels like you are being told to take on the energy of that bamboo tree. Even though you may not see the benefits of this right now, even though, putting yourself out there and revealing all of your stories and sharing it with the world may seem a bit overwhelming, because who knows what the feedback is going to be, who knows who's going to be hateful, who knows what kind of darkness is out there, right? But if you're able to overcome that fear of that darkness and that fear of uncertainty and the unknown, you are going to be benefit greatly. And within a very short period of time, you're going to grow like you've never grown before. But your spirit guides want you to do this not because of that, really. I feel that is going to be one of the benefits that you're going to obtain from this journey and venture. But ultimately, your spirit guides want you to do this because there is some healing that's involved in it for you, in the talking, in the expressing, in the letting the world know what you're up to, what you're doing. So it's important for you to do this for yourself. And then secondly, for other people, because your stories are going to benefit them. And once you run out of stories, once you run out of things that you can share about yourself, then maybe you can start talking about what's going on in the world, what has happened in the world, what is most important to you at this moment in time. And if you don't know, then it's time to start knowing. It's time to start researching. It's time to start expanding our awareness, our understanding. Even if there's a bit of ignorance there, right? It doesn't matter. Talk, 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 talk. Share, share, share. This is the information age. And it's time for you to get out there with urgency and share, share, share what you've been through, right? So, very interesting, very, very interesting energy so far. We're going to go ahead and throw a card from the Wild Goddess Oracle. Where this is another oracle, and let's see what further messages we receive through these oracle cards. So we're going to shuffle on camera for this. Let's take a look. All right, the shaman. Oh my, a lot of shamans here. This is why you need to be able to do this. My goodness. So you've got the shaman. Okay, number one, the shaman. Now the message of the shaman is work on healing and empowering yourself if you want to be useful to others on their own journey from suffering to healing. My goodness. I mean, you know, we're still on the same subject, right? It has not changed or shifted in any way. I'm going to put the shaman image because I like it. But my goodness. So we've got a lot of people that are watching this are healers. You are shaman. You are people. Let's remember what the shaman is. The shaman is someone who goes out into the unknown, into the darkness, into the chaotic world, and is able to communicate with the darkness and come back with information that is going to aid and assist the villagers, the people that they are essentially living with. And so there's a strong kind of magical energy about you, group number two. There's definitely a lot of things that there's definitely a lot of healing in your words. You guys are natural healers. Your voice is a soothing. It's a healing. It's almost your voice has that healing frequency that people are looking for. If that makes any sense to you. When people listen to you, when people hear your voice, immediately they're overcome by the presence of spirit. Immediately they're overcome and they can connect easier. And it's almost like this is your purpose. This is what you are here to do. And so we see that so beautifully reflected with this shaman energy here. So it's important for you, group number two, to start sharing, to start talking, to start communicating. You know, I feel very strongly that a lot of you have been through some pain. Some of you out there, you know, you've self-harmed yourself, you've cut yourself, you've hurt yourself because of the darkness of this world. You know, you've been through a lot of negative experiences. A lot of you have been hurt by other people very badly. And you've been able to grow from that. You've been able to expand out of that darkness and create a life worthy of praise and admiration. And so it's important for you to start sharing that, right? And that's so uncomfortable to do, right? So uncomfortable to tell people of the things that you've been through, to tell people of the things that you've done, to tell people, you know, it's so scary. Because, my goodness, what is the world going to say? You know, what are the people going to say? What is everyone going to think of me, right? So there's all of these limitations that we put on ourselves, all these restrictions. But ultimately, you and your destiny is to, unfortunately, go through these difficult times, but fortunately to help other people, to grow yourself. You know, the beautiful thing about the shaman is that the shaman goes through a lot of suffering, okay? And it's in that suffering, it's in that darkness that the shaman turns into this antenna for spirit to be able to be used as a conduit. It's the perfection of the body, mind, and spirit. And so the only way that perfection can take place is through the constant shedding of skin. It's through the constant struggle. It's through the constant almost, limitations, and then overcoming those limitations. And then the ultimate thing that you can draw from that is the ability to share that with other people and help those people avoid those pitfalls, help them understand, help them heal. There's a lot of people that have gone through the same things that you have gone through, and they need your voice. They need you. And ultimately, one thing that is pretty resounding here is that, a lot of you have not really fully healed. Like, there's still a missing piece, right? There's still, it's like you're seeking that healing. You're seeking. And I feel that the missing piece, in order for you to fully heal from whatever it is that you have gone through, is to share it with the world. Share it, communicate it. Once you start getting, I think, the feedback from other people about, my goodness, thank God for you. I saw your video and it helped me so much. And now I'm able to move past this problem. Once you start getting feedback and comments like that, your world is going to start shifting and just changing. You're going to see things differently. So I feel that your spirit guides are kind of pushing you towards this, right? Now is the time. Interesting. All right, so we're going to throw two Lovers Oracle and see if we can get some very just precise messages from your spirit guides. And then we're going to throw some Tarot. So let's see what messages we get from your spirit guides. Further messages. Okay, so your first card is, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. My goodness. Your spirit guides are telling you that they love you so much. That they love you so much. This is so profound. I feel that maybe some of you have felt like no one loves you. I think that some of you have felt like you're alone. Some of you have felt, so disenfranchised and sad and possibly depressed. Your spirit guides are telling you, we love you. We love you so much. We care about you. We're here for you. We know that it's difficult. We know that you've been through some terrible times. We know that life is ever changing and expanding, and sometimes it doesn't go our way, but just know that we love you, we see you, we're here for you. And love means that you will never be abandoned, you will never be alone, and there will always be a way shown to you. So such a beautiful message. Look deep within your heart, you will feel my love. My goodness. And so also it's what this card is kind of highlighting is that if you've ever felt like maybe that love has been missing, or it's not available, it's not there, it's not true, potentially look for the lessons in all of the darkness that you've been through, and all of the limitations and all of the bad experiences. Look for the lesson, look for the love, and look for what has happened. And I feel that a lot of you have seen the hands of your guides. I feel that a lot of you have been touched by your guides in just a very profound way. So very interesting. We love you. That is so beautiful. All right, so we're going to throw another oracle card. Let's see what we get here. Direct message from the spirit guides to you. We have here, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. My oh my. So yeah, some of you have done things that you're not happy with, okay? Some of you have made choices, decisions, and maybe you feel like you've missed the boat, you've missed the train, you've done something wrong. Your spirit guides are here to tell you you have done nothing wrong. Your spirit guides are essentially here to tell you that in this very moment, you are who you are because of all of the decisions that you've made. And you may feel like you are not where you need to be, but your spirit guides are telling you you are exactly where you need to be. This is the contract that you signed before you came here. There is a learning curve. There is an experience that needs to be had. And so when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Just keep that in mind. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Keep in mind also to share your trials and tribulations as well as your triumphs, right? Very interesting. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some tarot. This is a brand new tarot deck. It's actually a pretty interesting concept. The Real Talk Tarot, Mystical Answers for a Chaotic World. So this is the tarot deck that we're gonna use, and let's take a look. So we're gonna go ahead and shuffle. We're gonna throw 4 tarot cards. a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So what else? Give us a little more. Give us a little more, spirit guides. What else do you want to communicate to group number 2? What else? What else? What else? My oh my. So you've got some interesting energies here. You know, you've got two major arcana, and then you've got the 10 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. So two of the minor suits. So we're gonna start with who you are at this very moment, and who you are is someone with an incredible amount of knowledge and understanding to give, right? So you know, the illustrations of these cards are hilarious to me, so if I'm laughing, please just forgive me. But we've got the Empress here, right? And the Empress is in a pool with a little blow up animal. So this is so funny. So the Empress is free, right? The Empress energy is so fruitful. The Empress is someone that understands that she is dynamic, that she is at a place in her life where she's gained so much and has so much. And so I feel that sometimes maybe potentially you don't see the Empress in you. You don't see the things that you have. You don't see just how far you've come. You don't see just how much value you have stored deep down inside of you. And so, you know, you are being tasked with potentially working a little more to show that, right? I feel that a lot of people, they want to interact with the Empress. The Empress has something to give. The Empress has something to share. There's an abundance. Whenever you think of Empress energy, think abundance. And so the fact that you've got this card showing up tells me that you yourself, whoever's watching this, you are abundant in many ways. And so that abundance needs to be shared. And then we have here that energy of sharing. We've got the Hermit, right? And again, this is hilarious, but you know, we've got the Hermit, and you know, the Hermit is kind of just laying down in her bed, and she's listening to some music, and she's connecting with the you know, with the internet, the World Wide Web. You know, this is funny. But anyways, the Hermit is someone who is wise. Someone who's able to use the things that they've learned as they've walked throughout their lives, all of their experiences, and essentially help other people come out of that darkness, right? So the illustration here, I think is interesting. It's funny, but it misses the one very important point of the Hermit, and that's that the Hermit shines a light in the darkness for people to be able to see. And you know, that light in the darkness that the Hermit shines is one that attracts people to the Hermit energy. People want wisdom. People want understanding of difficult situations. And the Hermit is so eloquent and so wonderful in providing this, right? So that is one element of the Hermit that a lot of people never really talk about, because we tend to focus on the introspection of the Hermit. The Hermit tends to be someone also who, you know, is very withdrawn, you know, they think of someone that goes off on a retreat away from the world to try and gain some kind of balance. And in that balance, the beautiful thing about the Hermit is that they find knowledge everywhere. They find understanding from nature. They find understanding from the animals. There's always a deeper meaning to what the Hermit sees, and so that's what makes the Hermit so powerful. And so, you know, you are being asked to tap into the other side of the Hermit, of you know, the teacher, the instructor, the professor, the one that assists. But also you are being asked to do this not for other people right now, but for yourself. This is a part of your healing process. So you are the Empress. You have everything that you need right now to be successful at your disposal. Now it's time for you to potentially connect with the world and tell them. And so, you know what I just realized? This is the perfect card. This is like the perfect Hermit illustration, right? This girl with the internet, with their headphones, it's like she's talking to the world, communicating to the world. So they were able to literally capture the aspect of the Hermit that people tend to ignore the most, right? And that's the wanting to connect and help people and expand people's awareness and consciousness. So that is a very interesting illustration. Good job, Real Talk Tarot. All right. So with the other two cards, you know, you're being asked to put in the work, put in some effort, right? So we see here with the 7 of Pentacles, an illustration of a woman that's just putting her money, her pentacles, into a little piggy bank, right? And she knows she's putting one pentacle at a time. It's going to take a little bit of time to fill up that piggy bank, but at some point that little piggy bank is going to be so full she's going to be able to break it. And when she breaks it, there's going to be so much value in there that it's going to put a smile on her face, and it's going to allow for her to be able to do things that she couldn't do before, right? So it's almost like you're being asked to put a little effort into actually getting your voice out there. Every day a little effort, every day a little video, every day a little tidbit of information. Start with something small, work your way up. And also, you are being tasked with potentially understanding how it all works, right? Understanding, for example, how keywords work. How can I, if I'm talking about a certain subject, what are the keywords that I should use to make sure that people know what I'm talking about, and I'll be able to put that in front of the proper audience so that they can receive that healing and that wisdom from me, right? So that's one of those things. It's all a part of that work that needs to take place, little by little, diligently moving forward. The Seven of Pentacles doesn't rush. The Seven of Pentacles is careful to not rush, right? This is just consistent work, one step at a time, one day at a time. And then, we close it off with the Ten of Cups. Beautiful scene here of a family. And the Ten of Cups, it's not only about your family and the connections of your family, but it's just the people around you, right? Your relationships. And so you are being asked to do this because it's going to bring people together. It's going to allow people to forgive each other. It's going to allow people to expand from the darkness that they're in right now and be able to connect with other people genuinely and lovingly, right? So I think that you have the ability to heal relationship problems. You have the ability to heal issues in people. Whenever people just are going through these problems, I feel that they're going to tune into you. They're going to remember your voice. They're going to remember what you had to say, and they're going to be able to see clearly. So keep in mind exactly what the message is, right? We started with the Moonology card, reveal what needs to be seen. Then we moved on to the card of sharing your light, right? Share your trials as well as your triumphs. Your stories benefit you in the telling and others in the hearing, spreading the light of transformation. And keep in mind that you are the shaman. You are someone who's able to go into the dark, extract value, extract what needs to be seen, and help people. So work on healing and empowering yourself if you want to be useful to others on their own journey from suffering to healing. And so we already know what needs to happen. First, in order for this to take place, you need to be able to share your story, right? Your stories benefit you in the telling and others in the hearing, right? So now that we've got the shaman card, work on healing and empowering yourself. So it's all interconnected, right? And always remember you're not alone and you are loved. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So very important. And when it comes to the matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. So therefore, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for doing the things that you've done. Forgive yourself for essentially, just the things that you wish that you could change, right? There is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Remember this. And remember who you are. You are the Empress. You are the Hermit. Okay? So, beautiful reading. I hope you seekers enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Before we disconnect, just want to remind you seekers that I am offering a fall special for a private reading. At this moment, I'm offering written readings for $10. So that is a 60% discount. Take advantage of that. It is a fall special. I'm going to include the links in the description below. I want to thank every single one of you for your love, for your care, for your attention, for your comments, for your likes, for your donations. Thank you so much. You seekers are truly marvelous. Thank you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3, to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, where we will gain some understanding from your spirit guides. Your spirit guides have a message for you. Now, before we get started, just a quick reminder, I am having a fall special, 60% off my written readings. It's $10 for one question, so take advantage of that. The link is going to be in the description below. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. You picked a very beautiful door from the Divine Doors Oracle. Let's take a look and see what's behind that door. Forgive and forget, a ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken, see a new sunrise. Wow. Whew, that is a very powerful message. So before we reveal the other oracle cards, let's talk about that for a moment. The message is pretty clear, right? Forgive and forget. It's important for you to move away from any kind of energy of sorrow. At this point, whatever darkness you've been through, whatever you've done that maybe you feel, conflicted about, it's important for you to forgive yourself and forgive other people. That's the only way that you can move forward. At this point, if you feel bad inside, it's really just you. It's an energy that is holding you back. It's an energy that's keeping you from achieving future success. So it's important to forgive and forget. It's important for you to see this almost as a cleansing. And the fact that your spirit guides are saying that this is more of a ritual cleansing tells me that it's not just, going to go away in one day. Like right now you're watching this video and you may tell yourself, sure, I forgive. But at the same time, whenever you move forward in life and you get a reminder of that, and you go into that place of darkness and despair, that's the moment where you have to remind yourself again, I forgive and I forget. I'm moving away from this. So this is a daily ritual. This is a daily thing. And your spirit guides' first message is to really just focus on that. And the only way that you're going to arise and awaken and see the light and truly feel complete is by you doing this. And also, there's a forecast with this oracle card as well, right? See a new sunrise. So that is very beautiful. See a new sunrise. Your spirit guides are trying to tell you with this simple one card that better days are coming. Better experiences are coming. The thing is that it's going to be much harder to get there if you're still holding on to things. It's important to forgive. It's important to forget. All right, so let's go ahead and reveal the other cards. Okay, so second card is from the Moonology Manifestation. This is the new Moonology deck. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages we get from here. Think it through. New moon in Gemini. Think it through. Interesting. So, you are being told to do some analysis, right? Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be talking about this energy of forgiving and forgetting. This could just be a completely different message for some of you. But potentially some of you have an idea, or maybe there's a decision that you've made, or maybe there's something that, you've really wanted to do, but it's almost just you're doing it out of this emotional outburst. And so it's important for you to apply logic in everything that you do. Always think logically. Is this something that's going to benefit me? If you have to take out something to write with, some paper and pen, do the math on whatever it is, go ahead and do that math. I'm talking about maybe investments, maybe accepting some kind of work or accepting some kind of position somewhere, all areas of life. It could also be talking about relationships, right? Think it through. And also it could definitely be talking about this right here, right? Forgiving and forgetting. And the fact that a part of that is still very much in your life. You just haven't been able to fully move forward into what's next in your life because you're kind of stuck in that place. And so I think that if you start thinking a little more diligently, you're going to realize that every single thing that you've been through has brought you to this very moment in time. So think it through. Interesting. Let's go ahead and reveal the other card. This is from the Self-Love Oracle deck. Let's take a look and see what other messages your spirit guides have for you. Love all. All right. Your compassion is incomplete until it includes yourself. Release self-judgment, self-punishment, self-loathing, and self-sabotage. The reflection of your love begins with you. Wow. My oh my. So Very powerful message. You know, I felt it very strongly with this first card. The fact that a lot of this forgiving and forgetting is yourself. The things that you've done, the things that you've said. You know, I feel like, and this message keeps showing up in a lot of the readings: forgive yourself, forgive yourself, forgive yourself. So, you know, I get the feeling that a lot of you are just holding on to things that you've done. You know, there's things that you wish that you could have done differently. You know, potentially some of you have partaken in character assassination, and you know, you've been a part of a world that you know it's just, it doesn't forgive, right? You've been a part of a world that pretty much says you are what you've done. There is no such thing as forgiveness. We're going to hold you to what you've said, and you will be punished. And so I feel like, you know, in some ways you are doing that to yourself, right? You're not allowing yourself to move forward. I think that a lot of you feel like you should have been perfect from birth, right? And that's just not true. So, you know, you grow, you gain understanding, you change. We are different people. There was, I forget what it was, but it's more of a pseudoscience study. Every 15 minutes, you are a completely new person. Because every 15 minutes, there is a new piece of insight or a new piece of information that becomes a part of you. So therefore, everything gets shifted, everything changes. You are a new person every 15 minutes. So that is a part of your development, making mistakes. And I feel like some of you are just not even allowing yourself to make these mistakes. It's like, you know, you punish yourself because you feel like, I should have known better. I should have known this. I've been so insensitive. I've been so terrible. Oh my goodness. And so it's like, no, you haven't. You're just a human. And you're just growing, and you're understanding, you're interacting with the world. How in the world are you going to make any progress, learn, change, if you don't make mistakes, right? So learn to forgive yourself for those mistakes. Forgive and forget. This is going to be a constant in your life, group number 3. I don't think that this is something that you can just forgive, right? It's like it's a constant thing. A lot of you, I feel that the people that pick this group, for some reason, I'm just seeing a very youthful energy. So this message is very profound for the youth, for those of you that are you know, young. You have to forgive yourself. You have to allow that to happen, right? And so understand that you know, self-punishment, self-loathing, self-judgment, self-sabotage, that is maybe the energy that you are potentially in right now. And you must reflect. You have to think diligently, think logically about things, right? And remember, it starts with you first. You can't help people. You can't be everything to someone else. You have to be everything to yourself first. You matter first. And whoever tells you otherwise is probably lying to you because they have some kind of agenda, or they themselves have been lied to and they've believed this lie. And so it's important for you to understand you are the most important thing. You have something to give to the world, and that something is not going to be perfected unless you love yourself, unless you let go of self-judgment, unless you let go of self-punishment, unless you let go of self-loathing and self-sabotage. All right, so that is the message from your spirit guides. This is a pretty tough one here. Let's go ahead and throw another oracle card. We're going to throw an oracle card from the Wild Goddess Oracle. I love this deck, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle and see what other messages your spirit guides have for you. Talk to us, spirit guides. What else? What else do you want to reveal? The Dawn. Interesting. Okay, so we've got the Dawn. The Dawn archetype, number 2. And the message is, do not be discouraged if things look dark and hopeless. The sun rises each day, revealing new possibilities and renewed hope. Wow, beautiful. I love that message. I love that message. Do not be discouraged, right? If things look dark and hopeless, my goodness. So, you know, I feel like a lot of the people that pick this group potentially have or are going through a period of instability or insecurity. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to do it. You're afraid of making mistakes, so therefore you don't really attempt anything. There's no boldness to your step. You've kind of put yourself in this man-made cage of the mind, and you don't move forward, right? And I think that a lot of you are focusing on the bad. You're focusing on the darkness and the hopelessness that is a part of the human condition. And you're now focusing on that part of the human experience that says you can do it. You are mighty. You are a leader. You will shine bright. Your light will be seen by many, and you will be able to make a very strong impact in this world. Some of you don't see just how powerful you are. You don't see just how magnetic you are. You don't see just how special you are. And so it's important for you to start potentially just understanding that you are meant to do great things. But it won't come unless you, again, go through that forgive and forget ritual. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna flip it around because I like the actual archetype here. It's just such a beautiful illustration. But we're gonna go ahead and throw 2 Lovers Oracle cards. I just want to try and get some direct messages for you from your spirit guide. So, I want to make sure that the message is as direct as it possibly can be. So the Lovers Oracle is the perfect deck for that. So let's see. All right. Your first card is Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. Enjoy it. My goodness. All right. So this is a very interesting card, right? Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. Enjoy it. I think that speaks to some of the people out there who are afraid of doing something, of giving into their passions, of giving into their seductiveness, of giving in to this quality that says you are able to have fun, you're able to move forward and not feel like you're doing something wrong, right? That goes hand in hand with that self-judgment and self-punishment, right? So it's almost like, a lot of the people watching this, you haven't lived life to the fullest in some ways, right? You have not given into your passion. You haven't essentially gone out and said, I feel like doing this and I'm going to do it. You've just been reserved. You've kind of held back for some reason. And it's time for you to start tuning into what you want. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? There is this energy around you of freedom, right? And so it's important for you to start tapping into that freedom and that joy. All right, spirit guides, what else do you want to tell group number 3? Come on, spirit guides, talk to us. All right, so here we go. Okay, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Wow, if you guys aren't feeling it, then you're not really listening, because every single one of these cards is interconnected. Every single one of these cards has a very profound message of self-acceptance, self-love, letting go of negativity, not listening to that voice that wants to try and keep you in that place of darkness, but giving into that passion, living with a sense of just urgency and love and care. And, a lot of you potentially are in a place where you wish that your life looked differently, right? You wish that you had a certain amount of money so that you can do certain things, right? And so it's funny because whenever you talk to anyone that actually has that kind of lifestyle, they always talk about how it was the climb. It was the moment when they felt more disenfranchised that they say was more important than actually reaching that place, right? So there's something to be said about the experience, about the journey, right? If all you can do right now is go to a park and sit down and observe the animals and just live a life of peace and observance, then there's magic there. And then from that, you're going to go ahead and move on to a new experience. But a lot of you, I think potentially one of the things that you're going through is that you're not happy where you are right now in life, right? That's a part of that self-judgment, which leads to self-punishment, right? And then self-loathing. So, and ultimately self-sabotage, because if you don't feel content with who you are, if you don't feel happy with who you are, if you aren't a balanced individual, then things are just going to start going the other way. Things are going to start shifting, but not in a positive light. more negative. So it's important for you to go through this exercise, right? I feel that your spirit guides are telling you this is not something that you're going to be able to get rid of. This is a ritualistic thing that you have to do, right? Which is a little, and you get a little more information here, right? Close your eyes and tell yourself right there. That's a part of that ritual cleansing that the divine doors talked to us and told us, right? That it's a part of it, and you deserve to feel that joy. Is the second part, right? So very interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some tarot. We're gonna use a pretty interesting tarot deck. It's called the Real Talk Tarot. It's mystical answers for a chaotic world, and you're gonna see it's a very interesting deck. If you see me laughing, is because some of these illustrations are just hilarious. But anyways, you'll see for yourself. So let's shuffle. We're gonna throw 4 tarot cards, and we're gonna try and gain some understanding of what your spirit guides want to tell you at this moment in time. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Card number 1, the Chariot. Card number 2, the Star. Card number 3, Justice. Card number 4, 5 of Cups. My goodness. So you have got 3 major arcanas showing up for you, group number 3. That is substantial. Very, very substantial. So again, this tells me that this energy that you've got going on right now is something that you've come to this world, that you've reincarnated to defeat, to overcome. This is a big, big life lesson for you. This is a big, big one. And it more than likely isn't just concerning this life. I feel that one of the reasons why it's so difficult for you to overcome this is because it's been a problem in past lives, and now you've brought that karma over to this life, and it's very difficult for you to get rid of it. And so it is one of your life purposes and one of your life missions to overcome this kind of self-loathing, self-judgment, self-punishment, self-sabotagement. So it's important for you to really, tune in with yourself. And so, all right, so let's go ahead and go card by card. So we start with, I feel, where you are at, right? 5 of Cups energy. And it's funny, this illustration, we've got a woman sitting in a chair, and she's just really going through a very difficult time, right? Like, that is the perfect picture of self-loathing right there, right? Self-punishment, self-judgment. It's like, this is a confirmation that a lot of you are going through this energy right now, and this energy is kind of keeping you in that chair. It's keeping you in that dark place, right? And it's not allowing you to move forward. So with the Justice card, Major Arcana, very important card, what you have here is a rebalancing of karma. What you have here is a rebalancing of karmic justice. And so this is very much a very important lesson that you are going to need to learn for this life. And it is a hard one. It is the hardest thing that I think you are going to do, just trying to overcome this, right? The greatest battle, I feel, group number 3, that you will ever fight is the battle of the mind. It's the battle against yourself. You are going to wrestle with yourself. So this is a very tough thing to really look at and have to assess. But a lot of you are fighting battles with yourselves, and you're not aware of this. So it's important for you to just relax, forgive, reflect, and think it through. There is beautiful things coming. I mean, we keep getting this energy of sunrise, right? We already have 3 oracle cards that are talking to us about sunrise, the dawn, right? The forgive and forget, a new sunrise, right? The love all. So there's this energy of sunrise. There's this energy of a new awakening, a new existence, a new understanding, a different way of seeing things. And so whenever you think of the sun, think of complete joy, think of complete happiness, think of just this overwhelming energy of just being completely content with everything that's around you, right? That is what the sun is here to teach. That is what the sun is here to show. And so we see with the star energy the protection that's being afforded to you by your spirit guides. The star, this illustration is kind of funny because it's just, it's just like a woman, she's got like a little French cap and she's watering a tree. So this is kind of funny. But anyways, I told you these cards are kind of funny. But the star energy is here to tell you, group number 3, that no matter the decisions that you make, no matter what you do in your life right now currently, you are protected. The star is the card of protection from a higher power, a higher source, right? The star in other tarot decks is illustrated with the Virgin Mary, Mother Mary. And so in a lot of traditional lore, in a lot of just different cultures, Mother Mary is someone who protects. Mother Mary is the nurturer. Mother Mary is that spiritual essence that says, no matter your hardship, no matter the chaos that is surrounding you at this present moment, you are protected and you are favored and highly blessed. The problem here is that you don't believe that, right? You don't really see that. I feel that there's this sense of just dread for some of you. And again, this comes from a past life. This feeling comes from a past life. I feel very strongly. The Chariot beckons you to move forward, right? And the Chariot, I like the illustration of the Chariot here, because what you have, is someone, you have an airplane and you've got a car, so those are the chariots. But it's forward moving momentum. It's not stopping. It's working diligently on your goals. And it's also a promise of achievement. It's a promise that if you put in the work, the necessary steps, then you will achieve greatness. You will achieve glory. And you are going to be able to just be the greatest version of yourself. If you only allow yourself to just, feel the release, right? The release of that self-judgment, self-punishment, self-loathing, self-sabotage. I keep repeating it because it's something that potentially you forget sometimes. You forget it. You don't know why you feel the way you feel. You don't know why you think the way you think. And that's why the Moonology Manifestation Oracle is trying to bring that into the forefront, trying to tell you, hey, you don't think about this enough. You forget about it. It's almost unconscious. You just kind of act it out. It's a feeling. And so, it's gonna be one of the toughest things that you're going to have to do to overcome this, but you will overcome this. A sunrise is available for you. So think it through. Also, give in to your passion. What are you passionate about, right? A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it is the message from your spirit guides. Enjoy it. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. So, these messages are very profound. Make sure that you're not succumbing or giving into the energy of the Five of Cups, which talks about despair, it talks about sorrow. These are not the things that your spirit guides want for you at this present moment. So make sure that you are very focused, hyper-focused on that. Whenever you feel bad or down, or make sure that you're thinking, why do I feel this way? Don't just allow it to be. Don't just accept it. Okay, today I feel this way. I feel bad. I feel down. Don't just accept it. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Think logically. What has happened, right? Think it through. All right. So that is what I see here. Group number 3. Thank you for watching. Quick reminder, I am doing private readings presently. If you are interested in a private reading, I'm offering 60% off the written readings. $10 for one question at this moment. So it's the lowest it's ever been. It is a fall special, so take advantage of that. The link is going to be in the description below. I want to thank you, Seekers, for all of your love, all of your care. You Seekers are truly magnificent. All of the comments that you leave. I feel so inspired by you. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the donations. Just thank you infinitely. And I hope you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Bye-bye.